What's up everybody, Xaenca here, welcome to another WWE Mayhem video. It is time once again, ladies and gentlemen, to max out another 4-star superstar, and this time the devil's favorite demon, the big red machine. Kane came out on top with 61 total votes, and this voting period was very close, very evenly matched, probably the most evenly matched voting period so far. But in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place in alphabetical order, we have Kalisto, Macho Man, Ramon, who has made it to the boards for the first time, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Once again, this does not mean you guys need to vote for one of these guys, it just means they're on the boards already. So if you want to support one of these guys, go ahead and vote for them. If you want to vote for somebody else to knock one of these guys off the boards, go ahead and do that. If you want to do both, why not? You can vote for each superstar once, you can vote for multiple superstars, so if you vote for both Ramon and Shinsuke Nakamura, for instance, one vote will be added to each. And in order to vote, just make sure to post your own comment down below on who you want me to max out next. Make sure it is your own comment, though it's harder to filter when you reply to other comments. It's easier for me to find them when it's your own comment, so to make sure no votes slip through the cracks, post your own comment when voting for who you want me to max out next. For right now, however, let's go ahead and max out Kane. Alright, there it goes. So ranking him up to 5 at Overdrive level 3 puts him at 2,300 total power. Ability just got upgraded, 7,388 HP and 768 attack power. Now let's level him up to 50. Almost there. Let's do the 475s, let's do 3 225s, let's do 4 225s, and 3 100s. That is enough to max out Kane. Level up. And there it is, the devil's favorite demon is now maxed out. The big red machine, that puts him at 3,017 total power, 9,063 HP, and 931 attack power at Overdrive level 3. Now let's check out his abilities. So yeah, special moves plus 40% damage, 97% chance to trigger heal after special moves, so that works with the bonus damage that he has with special moves. 97% chance to trigger overrun after signature move, so that's conflicting. Then he has 100% chance to trigger weakness after opponent parry, so the signature move does not synergize well with the whole special move business that he has, but I guess it's, I mean, if you land a 2-gauge move, you get overrun, you can force a charge attack, the opponent won't be able to parry it, so it'll force him to reverse. I don't know, there's stuff you can do with this ability set. I mean, special moves plus 40, I mean, it's not the worst, but it's not the greatest bonus damage thing to have. You can spam 1-gauge moves, basically, and try to get the pin that way, but not the greatest by any means, but, you know, it's not the worst. But with Kane's journey to max out coming to a close, who's next? Well, that's up to you guys to decide. Whoever has the most votes by the next time I have the resources available to max out a 4-star superstar, that person will be maxed out next. As you guys saw earlier, Kalisto, Macho Man, Ramon, and Shinsuke Nakamura are already on the boards. I will post in the description of this video the rest of the 4-stars that I have and have not maxed out yet. So get going with the voting, and before we move on to the next segment, I just want to give a quick announcement. I have it on very good authority, not 100% guaranteed, but I have it on very good authority that the Alliance update is happening in September. And for that reason, our alliances, the 3 ones that we have, are recruiting. That would be MOM, FOG, and TLG. For those interested in joining, I will be pinning a comment from Bjarn Nickel down below. Reply to that comment with the number of 4-stars you have, how many of those 4-stars are maxed out, how many championship points you have, and whatever else you feel like we should know. Whatever other stats or fun facts or whatever. Just reply to that comment and Bjarn Nickel will get back to you. With that being said, let's move on to the events. Alright, here we are with the Summerslam Recap event, and I am hoping and praying that is nothing like the Summerslam Highlights event. God, I would hate the game so much if that were the case, but let's check it out. For the rewards, beginner gives us 250 event keys, 50 main event keys, 10 gold bars, 945 cash for the event rewards. 100% gives us 600 event keys, 75 main event keys, 75 3-star keys, 24 star keys, 3,366 cash, and 15 gold bars. So, not like the pro event. It's more like the regular SummerSlam event so far, so 20 gold bars, so on, 800 event keys, 100 main event keys, 153 star keys, 34 star keys, 30 gold bars, 5,908 cash for normal, and Superstar gives us 750 event keys, 100 main event keys, 30 gold bars, 3,529 cash for the event. 100% gives us 1,000 event keys, 253 star keys, 125 main event keys, 54 star keys, 45 gold bars, and 6,308 cash. So for doing this, you get 90 plus 45, 135 gold bars, bunch of event keys, 425 main event keys, 253 star keys, 54 star keys. So the reward structure is pretty good for doing the superstar difficulty, which is what we're gonna do in the hope of saving time. So this is my team. We got Orton, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Basically, I tried to come up with a team that synergized with each other, a combination of superstars that I have not used in a while. So this is the team, 4 technicians and a high flyer apparently. No damage bonuses, but whatever. It's still synergy. Synergy for synergy's sake. Starting things out, we have Seth Rollins, who gets to deal with Shinsuke Nakamura. So there's quite a few things to talk about, continuing discussions from the last video now that I've actually seen SmackDown and know what happened. So as I predicted, the New Day have won the Tag Team Championships once more, 5-time Tag Team Champions, winning the no DQ match with Xavier Woods doing that rope walk elbow drop that he does a la Undertaker's Old School onto Luke Harper on the table, gets the pin and wins the Tag Team Championships for the New Day. And like I mentioned in the previous video, the reason for this is because Eric Rowan is in fact injured. He was in the no DQ match, but if you paid attention, he wasn't really taking any bumps or anything. They were avoiding aggravating that injury any further, so Luke Harper took like 95% of the bumps, and New Day are the Tag Team Champions once more. Which, like I said, I was not really down with the whole Bludgeon Brothers thing. It just never got over, so it's time to move on from that. Good decision to just switch the belts to the New Day. Also, as predicted, Rusev and Lana finally get their redemption victory against Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega with the help of Aiden English. So that was probably the most predictable thing, because Aiden English did not really help them at all in SummerSlam, and basically Andrade and Zelina were 2 up on Rusev Day, so I mean, it wasn't 50-50 booking, but it was still very predictable booking. What would have been unpredictable is if Aiden English actually screwed over Rusev, like intentionally, not by accident, so that Andrade would go 3 up on Rusev. Yeah, they could have done something interesting there, but it's too late for that now. Now the thing that I want to talk about the most now that I've seen SmackDown is the whole Becky Lynch situation. So they actually, they went ahead and pulled the trigger on this air quotes heel turn, which, God, this shows how oblivious the WWE is about just so many things. First, let's go over Becky Lynch's talking points. So obviously she addressed the whole snapping at Charlotte at first, but then she kind of turned on the crowd. This is to signify the heel turn, right? So she's like, yeah, you guys cheer for me now, but have you guys been behind me the whole time? And everybody just cheers yes. And they have. It's true. If you go on social media and you just look it up, people have been supporting Becky Lynch since she lost the SmackDown Women's Championship the first time. And they're like, where's Becky? Where's Becky been? Every time, like, all the time she's been missing, people have been looking for her. She's had support the entire time. It's just that WWE never put her in any prominent position, and, like, people thought she was injured at one point. They're like, where the hell is she? Like, what is going on there? So yes, they actually have, like, the fans actually have had Becky Lynch's back the whole time. Another talking point that she brought up, and when I say that she brought up, it's obviously the WWE are making her bring these things up, which is why I say the WWE are just so goddamn oblivious, is they're like, yeah, you cheer for me now, but you did not hesitate to get on your feet and clap for your new champion. Did you? What were you listening to? It makes Becky Lynch sound like she's stupid, because when Charlotte won, when Charlotte got the pin, all I heard were boos. People were pissed, like, that Becky Lynch did not win that championship. They were booing the crap out of Charlotte until Becky, like, well, they hugged it out and the crowd booed more because they're like, what the hell is this? When Becky snapped, that was like the biggest pop of the night. The crowd went wild for that. They're like, yes, beat her ass. And then they throw in these random talking points just to solidify the whole heel thing, which, I'll be honest, I mean, you can't really answer that question properly with Becky Lynch when she's like, yeah, and when the topic of who the greatest wrestler of all time or greatest superstar of all time is, oh, Becky Lynch did not come to your mind. Well, yeah, you're not really in that discussion, but you're very over, so it's not really the same thing now, is it? But yeah, this is just classic WWE being clueless as shit, because, I mean, whatever she said anything, like, against Charlotte, people cheered. Whenever, like, I mean, obviously they'll boo when she's, like, attacking the crowd, but whenever she, like, asks questions like that, like, oh, have you been behind me the whole time? The crowd is like, all yes. They all just cheer yes. So it's like, God, they really don't know how to do heels or faces properly. It just blows my mind. It makes no sense to me what the hell they were thinking with this. They had a poll on WWE.com asking people if they actually had Becky Lynch's back the whole time. 95% yes. And then 5% said yes, but only until Charlotte got involved. So only 5% of the people actually wanted Charlotte to win that thing. Well, 5% of the people that were polled, but it's still very reflective of that crowd at SummerSlam. So yeah, the people are not pleased with this heel turn, and I like that the WWE tries to defend this decision they made by turning Becky Lynch heel. Somebody posted on Twitter basically saying like, okay, the sort of story that you guys built was Becky Lynch had to, you know, go on a winning streak and eventually earn her chance to face Carmella and beat her to earn the #1 contendership for the championship, and Charlotte comes back and basically automatically gets to face Carmella and gets added to the match after beating her. And people are saying like, okay, that's fair. So Road Dogg, who's like one of the producers of SmackDown now, if you guys didn't know, Road Dogg Jesse James from the New Age Outlaws responds to this tweet and says, no, that's not the story that we told, that's the story that you wanted to hear. They both earned their opportunities by winning a match against Carmella. And again, it just shows how oblivious these people are. I mean, everybody knows that Charlotte is favored by the WWE. And they need to be very careful with what they're doing, because it's already happening that people have like cooled down to Charlotte. People used to like Charlotte. The more they book her the way that they book Roman Reigns, and look what happened to Roman Reigns. He used to be cheered. Now he just gets like 95% boos. And Charlotte's getting there, like, and it's because of bad booking. It's bad booking and basically being shoved down our throats. It's not organic by any means. It's kind of like her 7-time championship situation, right? She's a 7-time champion. How many years has she been in the WWE? Like what, like 2 or 3? And it's because they're trying to force a storyline where she surpasses Ric Flair. But it's just, it doesn't matter how many times you were champion if, like, how many times did she lose it on Raw? Like, so it was like a period of time where she would win at the pay-per-view, then lose the championship on Raw, then win at the next pay-per-view, then lose it on Raw, then win. It's like, okay, so you're a 7-time champion over the course of 2 or 3 years. That's not impressive by any means. That means you can't hold on to your goddamn championship. That just means you lost it that many times in that small time frame. So it's like when they tell, oh my god, she's a 7-time champion, she can't hold on to her belt. You know what's more impressive? If you were a 1-time champion over the course of like 10 years, that's impressive, you know? But when you're like a 7-time champion over the course of a few years, I would not be proud of that. But I'm done rambling about that. Like I said, they just need to be careful with what they're doing with her, because she's really reaching that point where it's the point of no return. that if she gets to a point where people just get sick of her and can't stand her anymore, they probably won't cheer for her again, and Roman's suffering that fate right now. It's so hard to get Roman cheered now because of everything that they've done similar to this fashion, so they really need to be careful there. AJ Lee has been contacted by the WWE for a return at Evolution, the pay-per-view. And oh baby, AJ Lee's my favorite, so hopefully that actually pans out. Not really sure how that's all working out considering the whole CM Punk WWE thing, they just got off their lawsuit. But if they can come to some sort of agreement where AJ Lee comes back, I am all for that. Please do that. In other news, the Deleters of Worlds are no more. So Matt Hardy apparently is also suffering injuries. God, there's so many injuries in the WWE these days. It's like an epidemic of sorts. These guys are just so overworked with their whatever the hell 300-day work year. The whole house tour or whatever house show tour that they have to uphold and all that business. It's not good for the body, man. And you just see these injuries happen all the time now. But because of Matt Hardy's injury, there's been rumors saying that Matt Hardy might be retiring from wrestling altogether soon. Some say that that's not the case, that he's just splitting from Bray Wyatt because of all the tweets. So he tweeted things out like saying like farewell and all this business. And in the meanwhile, Bray Wyatt has been tweeting things like, oh, I need new theme music. Oh, I need a hardcore rock band to do the music for me. So he's getting repackaged for sure. There's also been rumors floating about him reforming the Wyatt family, but with who? I mean, I guess he could take Harper, because Rowan's injured again, but he's not taking Braun Strowman back, so who else would he get? It can't just be Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper, that would be odd. That's not much of a family now, is it? It's just the Wyatt brothers. Speaking of Wyatt brothers, I don't understand why they never did anything with Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas. Like, people know they're brothers. That's why when they faced each other, when it was the Deleters of Worlds versus the B Team and they got in the ring together, people were like, oh, you know, because they're brothers. So why not do something with them? Have him. He always looked like he belonged in the Wyatt family, obviously, because he's actually a blood relative of Bray Wyatt. So I'm surprised they have not really tried to do anything there. I don't know, maybe this is the chance now that Bray Wyatt's being repackaged and all that business. Maybe this is the opportunity to do just that. So we'll see what they end up doing with Bray Wyatt. Maybe they do incorporate something with Bo Dallas. It's long overdue. Since talking about not being caught up with 205 Live, a lot of you guys have actually commented, you know, saying that I should watch the past 2 weeks worth of 205 Lives. The main events are very good. A few guys suggested that I get back into 205 Live because of the whole Triple H reboot, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Probably gonna talk about it at some point when I do. As long as it's anything like NXT, I'm a big fan of the NXT, so if they find a way to make it less main roster, more NXT, then I'm definitely down for that. So I will check it out and let you guys know what I think there. So people are saying that with Brock Lesnar losing the Universal Championship, that is the signal that he is off to the UFC and we will not be seeing him for a while. Like, he needs to go through his UFC run and all that business. And there's been talk about what to do with Paul Heyman in the meantime. Do they move him to somebody else? Does somebody become a Paul Heyman guy or a Paul Heyman gal? And a lot of the talk is saying that, you know, obviously because he's been attached to Lesnar, that his next target for, you know, being somebody's advocate would actually be Ronda Rousey, as she would fit that UFC dominant persona for the women. So he would be the advocate for the female Brock Lesnar, basically. And that could be interesting. I mean, Paul Heyman's a great promo, so I don't mind him staying on TV. Ronda Rousey is still very green as far as promos go, so having somebody speak on her behalf could help her out. The other thing is, like, Paul Heyman's basically been giving the NXT superstars, I don't know if it's the main roster ones as well, but he's been giving people promo lessons, which I hope they're listening because we need some really good... I mean, it's not really a lot of these superstars' faults though. I mean, it's the whole scripted nature of it nowadays, right? Back in the day, they would just let the guys go, not really be filtered by any means, and that's how you would get like the Stone Cold Steve Austins to come out and the Rocks, you know, just basically them creating these personas and basically improving to a point where it gets over. Now with them being so heavily scripted, it's very difficult for people to pull off a good promo, which is kind of like a catch-22, because from what I understand is you need to prove that you're a good promo in order for them to let you kind of have free reign over your promos. But how can you do that if you're scripted and you can't even do a good promo to begin? You know, it's so weird. It takes like a special talent like Samoa Joe to take like a script and make it work. Then now obviously I'm sure they give him more free reign to do whatever the hell he wants with his promos. But yeah, that's the situation with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar in the WWE, and that's pretty much all of the stuff that I wanted to talk about regarding like real life WWE stuff, as well as news, rumors, things like that. And when there's more to talk about, we'll talk about that then. For now, let's get on to the loot. So before we get to the actual loot case opening, I just want to say that I've gotten Roman Reigns already. I got it accidentally once again by doing the Open 10 with those premium loot cases that get affected by Open 10. I think it's the ones that you get for the login bonuses. I'm not sure exactly, but by opening 10, I got Roman Reigns from the premium loot cases. Would have much rather to get it with you guys together, but unfortunately that is not the case here. Sorry about that, but that is my 37th 4-star superstar. Now I'm only missing Brawler Undertaker from the 4-star loot case as of this moment. So now let's open whatever little amount of loot I have. Alright, so I don't really have a lot of loot to open, but I do have a 4-star loot case, a main event loot case, and a few 3-star loot cases. So let's open this 4-star loot case first. Let's see who we get. Brawler Undertaker's only one I need. Oh, but I will take that any day. Booyah! Brock Lesnar Overdrive. Superstar. Well, Overdrive level 2 for Brock Lesnar. Hell yeah, hell yeah. It's part of my A team, so faux show. Now let's play around with the door, play the door a little bit. See what I get from the main event loot case. Who do I get? Come on. Ah, that sucks. Awesome. Well, 2-star Dolph from the main event loot case. Not much of a main event, is it? Not much of a main event. Alright, whatever. It's open 10. Open 4, whatever. Open all is what I'm trying to say, but whatever. Just for the 3-star loot cases, because I'm pretty sure minus Chad Gable and Doink, there's only like a handful I don't have. But now let's go ahead and level up Roman Reigns to 10. Roman Reigns gets leveled up to 10 real quick here, just to see what he's like at level 10. Let's use a 750s on him to speed up the process a little bit. Almost there. 9, and let's use a 225. 2 250s and a 100. There it is. So leveling him up to 10 puts him at 1093 total power. He's maxed out. 4,404 HP and 441 attack power. So it's not really worth checking the abilities now because those percentages are gonna change. So it's just a glance over. He has strikes plus damage for his bonus damage. I didn't really look at what the abilities were. That was really just for you guys. I'm gonna save that evaluation and figuring out what his abilities are when he is maxed out, so it is a more accurate representation of what he's gonna be like moving forward from that point. But yeah, I got Brock Lesnar Overdrive from the 4-star loot case in the loot case opening. That is pretty dope because he synergizes with my Cena, so that is great news. Still missing Brawler Taker, but that time will come at some point, I'm sure. And that's gonna be all for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and share this video with whoever you want to share it with. If you're new around here, subscribe with notifications to be notified about all upcoming videos, including more WWE Mayhem videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.